Grim Kennett was the Jedi Padawan of Obi-Wan Kenobi during the Clone Wars. Originally, she was from Earth, and when she was a huge fan of the Star Wars franchise. One day, while in the middle of watching Revenge of the Sith, she found herself in the most unlikely scenario that she could have never imagined. She had appeared in the middle of a battlefield, in the middle of the Clone Wars. Unsure of what to do, Grim quickly hid behind a rock, but was almost killed by stray blaster fire from the Separatist droid army. However, she was rescued by Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan instructed Grim to find shelter, but she ignored him and quickly noticed as he dropped his lightsaber. Without thinking, she ran to his aid, using the Force to pick his lightsaber up and deflected blaster fire back at the droid before handing the lightsaber back to the Jedi. Upon realizing what she did, Grim quickly followed his instructions and only waited until after the battle to go over to Obi-Wan and talk to him about her situation. Obi-Wan was understandably hesitant to believe Grim's claims, but after she had quoted Qui-Gon Jinn in a scene where he and Obi-Wan were completely alone, and having no other way for Grim to have known about this conversation or situation, Obi-Wan agreed to bring her to the Jedi Temple, and after talking with the Council, she was made his Padawan. Grim promised the Council that she would save as many lives as possible. However, Grim quickly found out that her goal was a very difficult task indeed. Fighting in the Clone Wars while also knowing all the plans of the Sith and being able to do very little about it brought a lot of stress on the young girl, who was only 14 when the war began. Despite everything, though, Grim remained as determined as possible to stop Sidious and prevent Order 66. During the year 20 BBY, at the age of 16, Grim's determination, resolve, and selflessness would be put through a test. It was during this time period Grim received many of her scars. The first scars she received happened on a mission to Zygeria, where she had gotten captured with Obi-Wan Kenobi and were tortured by the Zygerian slavers. It was her first taste of torture, and the first time she would receive scars, but it was far from the last. During the Deception arc, as Obi-Wan faked his death, Grim got anxious, and felt like she needed to do something. She was angry at the Council for not informing her about Obi-Wan's mission, and so she took it out on Darth Sidious himself, planning to get proof that Chancellor Palpatine was indeed a Sith Lord. However, she ended up getting caught by the Sith Lord. Grim managed to remarkably escape without any scars, but she had faced torture once again. She had also been left with many unanswered questions, and so when Obi-Wan came back from being undercover, she faced Sidious once more. This time, Grim wasn't as lucky against the Sith Lord, and was left with a scar on her face that he had left, a permanent mark and a permanent reminder of her failure against the Sith. When Maul returned, Obi-Wan had told Grim not to go along with him, but she disobeyed his orders, as she so often did, and followed him behind, stowing away. During her rescue with Obi-Wan, she got slashed on the stomach by Darth Maul, but managed to survive. This would leave yet another scar. The final scar she received during this year of the Clone War was actually a set of scars, both received by Darth Maul, as she once again disobeyed Obi-Wan and chased after him. Maul had sliced her on her left arm twice, leaving an X-shaped scar on that arm. Grim would receive no more physical scars during her time in the Clone War, at least not until Mustafar and Revenge of the Sith. However, by the time those events had occurred, the Clone War had come to an end.